Do you rely on motivation or discipline to achieve your goals and dreams? We've all had it before. We've all said it before. Oh, I'm motivated to do X, Y, and Z. But let me ask you a question. How long did that motivation last? Did it take you to the finish line? Did it take you through them days when you didn't feel like doing it? Yes, today I'm going to share with you ways on how to balance that motivation and discipline. What's this thing about motivation? We've had the saying, motivation gets you started, but you know what? It won't keep you going. And like they say, motivation will get you started, but discipline will keep you going. It's like a spark on the fire. The spark will start the fire, but it's not going to let the fire go on forever. So that's why I want you to start looking at motivation a bit differently. See, motivation is, yes, I feel excited, I'm energized. So motivation is emotional, and we all know our emotions, our mood swings are up and down. So if you're relying on motivation to achieve your goals and dreams, yes, today I am here to remind you that motivation is not going to last forever. But when you come to talk about discipline, discipline is what's going to get you to the finish line. Motivation says, oh, I'm excited, I'm energized. Discipline says, I don't feel like it, but I'm going to do it. Discipline says, these are my standards, and I'm going to stick to them. These are my routines, and I'm going to stick to them. Motivation says, I feel good. Discipline says, I don't care how I feel. And let's get this right. See, motivation and discipline are not enemies. They work hand in hand. So I want you to start balancing these two. On those moments when you don't feel like it, use that discipline. On those moments when you feel energized, yes, let that motivation kick in and go as far as you can, because you're using it to your advantage. So let's go through that power of discipline. We all know discipline, like someone says, discipline is what's going to lead you to great heights that you never even thought possible. Discipline is what's going to lead you to success. But motivation won't. You know why? Because motivation doesn't last forever. Motivation is temporary. You listen to something motivation and you're energized. You say, I'm going towards X, Y, and Z. But that motivation doesn't last for so long. Whereas discipline, this is going to keep you in check. Discipline, you're going to say, I don't feel like it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't have energy, but guess what? This is something that I need to pursue within my heart of hearts, because that's what discipline says. Discipline says, no matter how I'm feeling, I am going to go after this goal. No matter how I'm feeling, I'm going to go after this challenge. No matter how I'm feeling, I'm going to execute on the project or the task at hand. So how do you really develop discipline? Because we all know motivation, that's quick, pretty. I got energy. I feel motivated. I'm going after goals and dreams. I'm going after X, Y, and Z. But when it comes to discipline, it's one of the hardest things to sustain. It's one of the hardest things to contain. It's one of the hardest things to do until you get to that finish line. So how do you develop this discipline so that way it complements your motivation that you actually started with? Straight away, let's go into tactic number 1. For you to develop self-discipline, mastery over yourself, I want you to start small. We've all had being said, baby steps lead to big steps. So I want you to start small. When you start small, that's how you build discipline. And let's use a universal example that most of us can relate to, or at some point in life, we'll be able to go through. Let's say you want to go to the gym for maybe health reasons, or you want to lose weight, or whatever reason it is. We all have different motivations of why we go to the gym. So I want you to start small. Instead of going to the gym for 30 minutes from the start, I want you to just go for 10 minutes to start with. Go on that treadmill. Go on whatever exercise regime you want to do. But don't go like an hour crazy, because you know what's going to happen? When you go for that hour and go hard and go full on, you are going to get exhausted. And when you're exhausted, the following day when you wake up, you're going to say, oh, I'm not going back to the gym because my body is all aching. So I want you to start small, but realizing that when you start small, that's why you build onto the previous day. Today you want 10 minutes, or this week you want 10 minutes. Next week, increase it to 15 minutes, and then 20. And then once you get into that routine where you feel comfortable, then add on. Say, those people you say are lifting, 50 kg weight, so 40. They didn't start there. They started with 5, then 10, then build onto that. They didn't start from the top where you see them. Everyone, like they say, started from the bottom. So I want you to start small. The power of starting small. And like someone said, self-discipline sometimes starts with showing up. The first step to success is showing up at that gym. The first step to success is showing up and setting up the business plan. The first step to success is showing up. And that starts small. And that's how you are going to be able to build that self-discipline. When you start small, the compounding effect after 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 24 months, you look back and not believe the results. But it's because you started small. Tactic number 2 on how to build discipline is, I want you to set clear routines. What am I talking about routines? See, when you think about all these great achievers, you know what they have in common? They have routines. Not only that, but they also stick to their routines. We all know, we've had Kobe Bryant. He was the first person on that court. He was the first person in the gym. You know what? He had a routine. And great achievers, they don't care what's going on around them. They practice that routine irrespective of how they're feeling. They practice that routine irrespective of what the outside world is saying. They practice their routine irrespective of the noises internally or externally. So for you to build self-discipline, you have to set clear routines. If you say you're going to the gym 1, 2, 3 days a week, what are those set days? What times are you going to go to the gym? See, when you have something set, then it's going to become subconscious, not random. You see, successful people don't just wake up and say, oh, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Or I feel like doing this, I'm going to do this. I don't feel like doing this, I'm not going to do it. No, they have set clear routines of the things that they actually follow. Tactic number 3 is, for you to build self-discipline, you have to set boundaries. What am I talking about? In this day and age, we are bombarded with so much social media. We are bombarded with so much stuff that's going on, that outside noise. So you have to set boundaries. See, you say, when I'm doing my routine, I'm not going to go on social media. I'm not going to listen to anything else. I'm not going to answer phone calls. See, this is where you have to be strong and set clear boundaries. What happens is, when you set your boundaries, you raise your standards. When you set boundaries, people will know, this I'm not doing. They'll say, this time X, Y, and Z is being done, and we're not going to interrupt you. So when you set boundaries, you're saying, my dreams matter. When you set boundaries, you're saying to the outside world, my disciplines matter. When you set boundaries to the outside world, it's like you're inviting into a power greater than you that will come and help you execute on your goals and dreams. Synchronicities and serendipities will begin aligning themselves that will help you achieve that goal and dream. But let me tell you something, that's not going to happen unless you set clear boundaries. Another tactic that will help you develop self-discipline this is a really nice one, is start rewarding yourself. What happens when you reward a kid after they've done something? They're more compelled to do it more. And that's how human psyche is also built up. So start rewarding yourself and say, you know what? When I stick to my disciplines, when I stick to my routines, when I stick to my boundaries, I'm going to reward myself. And talking about discipline, like for example, today I said I'm not going to watch any YouTube videos until I've done my YouTube video for the weekend. I'm shooting this right now. Today is a Wednesday, and this video is going to upload it on our weekend. So for me, there are also now certain routines I've had to put in place to say by at least Wednesday, Thursday latest, I have to have shot my YouTube video because it has to be edited, and I don't want to wait till the last minute so that within the weekend goes and I've not uploaded. So now I made a commitment by Wednesday I should have shot my video for the coming weekend. So if things come up, I already have my video ready to be edited and to go on YouTube. So I want you to just start rewarding yourself. Is it a glass of wine? Is it going to the movies? Wherever it is, reward yourself. See, what gets rewarded gets repeated. So start rewarding yourself. When you reward yourself, you'll see your discipline start to go up. So those are the tactics I wanted to share with you. And remember, motivation will get you started, but self-discipline is what keeps you going and will eventually get you to the finish line. If you like this video, do me a favor, comment, subscribe, and help me as we aim to reach 1,000 subscribers. It's Come Be Inspired, and as always, remember, it's on you. Have a great day.